can't believe it's taken me like 2 weeks to just muster up the energy to make this video right now. It's time for a check-in. Hey, what's up, internet? Sorry, I've been MIA. So many things have been going on. I've been a little bit depressed. Somehow I managed to get my energy together to make this video for you guys today. So before we do this sit-down chat today, Costa and I went to Koh Phangan, a neighboring island, and I got some of the clips on the adventure. So enjoy my half day hopping to another island. Ready? Come on, bro, you can do it. Trespassers will be prosecuted. All right, he's going for it. Careful, Costa. Nice. Brewing some ayahuasca here or what? How long do you think that's been steeping?
A year.
Oh, safe and sound. We made it back. Rainy, wet ride back to the motorbike rental. That was so great. The waves are a little shaky, so we're gonna have to get on the boat from the shore on this device here. Welcome to Thailand, where anything goes. Okay, let's see how they do this. Dog's like, what the hell is going on? So let me give you guys a little lowdown on what's been really going on in my life. So yeah, it's been really tough watching Vikasa. Kind of is like a sinking ship. I don't know, the hotel's been closed for almost 2 months. I'm the only one staying here. The restaurant's occasionally busy. It's really sad to see Vikasa like fading, seeing all the businesses on the island suffer so much. You guys want to help support Vikasa during these difficult times right now. The yoga teacher training is live on their website. If you have any interest in the science and teachings of yoga and how they do it here, you can go to academy.vikasa.com and you can be certified to be a yoga teacher if you want. It's been a really, really long project and I'm really happy that I hope it has an impact on someone's life. So where do I begin? I'm suffering from just a mild depression the past 2.5, 3 weeks. It's been challenging, but also a really good learning experience. I'm still going through it. Had enough willpower to make a video about it for you guys today. See, for the past 2, 3, 4 years, I've been always in constant transit, and I think the reason that I've been kind of in a funk is because I've been in the same place for 6 months now. I got here in March, it's almost the end of September, so it's been 6 full months here in Thailand, and typically I don't make my stay anywhere in the world for more than 2 to 3 months. Definitely past that marker already. It started off with me feeling bored and not having any creative outlet and just kind of stuck in my routine of, it's not even a routine, I've been so lazy. This is why I feel like it's a mild depression, is because I've been not setting my alarm for almost a month now. The intention in the beginning of it was to just wake up inspired when I'm done sleeping. But for the past 3 weeks, I just get up around 11, 12, 1, 2 p.m. sometimes, and then I feel this this awful guilt and shame for sleeping in and wasting the day. And it's just been this like cycle loop that I've been going through, and it's been so challenging. I don't have any willpower to do anything. One part of it is that I don't have anything to like put my energy into. The Vicasa stuff is pretty much done now. 3-month-long project, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna take a little break, and I never really came back from the break. I just started playing a lot of StarCraft, getting so lost on YouTube, and then staying up till whenever. My sleep hygiene was so on point when the teacher training was going on. I would be in bed by no later than 10 p.m. and then wake up at 4, 5, 6 a.m. with no problem. But lately, I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go to bed at, maybe 3, 4, 5 a.m. And then this is why I sleep till noon, and then I feel bad about myself. I still get a lot of stuff done, kind of. Feel like I'm kind of just wasting my time. Zooming out into the bigger picture, I know that there's no such thing as wasting your time. Everything is happening in divine order, and it was really hard to remind myself this during these times. I would just wake up, and I'm sure you guys watching out there have experienced before just not having any, I don't say will to live. I'm like, what am I doing here? What's the point of this? I wasn't suicidal or any of that, but I just like existing was just too cumbersome. So aware that I'm suffering and not really giving a shit to do anything about it. So, yeah. So you might ask, how can you possibly be depressed? You have like the best life. You get to travel, you get to make videos and live life on your own terms, and you should totally just be super happy all the time. To which I reply, no, actually, no matter who you are, where you're at in life, you'll always have, not always, if you're fully enlightened, you won't ever have this issue. There will always be this like human dissatisfaction. No matter, I've seen so many videos of people, it's like no matter how successful people get or how many things they acquire, none of it is directly correlated with fulfillment and happiness. I know that for a fact. So my point here is that I have really understood or I'm getting a better picture of the fact that what you have doesn't equate to the amount of fulfillment that you will receive in your life. Yeah, I've always been the happy guy all the time. I have a very positive disposition, and my friends and colleagues know me for that. And so I find it sometimes difficult that I can feel or show sadness because I should always be the happy guy. Something that I've learned is like, you're supposed to experience the full spectrum of all the feelings. This is why we incarnate here, so you can feel the highs and the lows. It's like this like psychedelic roller coaster of everything spectrum that you're supposed to enjoy while you're here. So even during the suckiness, I was like, this is a good time to practice non-attachment to sucky feelings. And then I was like, ooh, next time really happy feelings arise, then I should also practice non-attachment to those feelings, because the attachment, the holding on to, that's what creates the suffering in life. If you just accept, these are from all the Buddhist and sacred texts, if you can just accept life as it is presented to you with no judgment of the ego or any kind of projection, then you can find a lot of peace in your life, because you're not trying to change the way that it is happening. Life is never happening to you. That's like the victim mentality, when you're thinking that people are doing things to you, life is happening to you, but it's always happening for you. It was hard for me to hear myself say it in older vlogs. I'm like, oh, that's when things are great and you're feeling positive. When you can have no resistance, no craving to what is. This is like the teachings of what I learned in the silent meditation retreats. No craving, no aversion, no suffering. I'm still kind of like in a funk, but less in the funk. Like the darkest part of the thunderstorm has passed. It also feels good just to talk about it right now. I've been kind of struggling, figuring out like what the next YouTube video, like when I don't post for a while, I'm like, oh man, this is like, I'm coming back to social media now. How should I frame this? It's gotta be a certain way. And I've been kind of thinking about this video for the past week or so. And I'm like, let's just put up the camera and do it. It comes from comparing myself to other people, other YouTubers or other content creators online. I'm like, oh, their content is so much better. And then I even look at my old vlogs. I'm like, oh, my old vlogs are so much more fun and action-packed back in the day. So more suffering is created when you're comparing yourself to others or your past self or wanting a future self that is not current in the present moment. That just creates suffering. You should never compare yourself to anyone else ever. I dispense this information out, but I also catch myself like breaking the rule. I'm such a hypocrite sometimes. And especially, these are just my list of stories that are keeping me from living my best life at its highest potential. I feel kind of hypocritical because I'm always talking about fasting and not eating and controlling your senses and observing your sensations. But this past 3 weeks, I have been so controlled by my appetite and eating just for the sake of pleasure, which is, I know some people will think it's okay, but you should only be eating to keep the body alive. And it's been so difficult for me to do it. I've been eating 1 meal a day for the past almost 4 years now, and it's been I can still do the 22 hours and then having 1 meal. But I've been wanting to do an extended fast so I can detox my body, get my sleep schedule regulated again. But usually around nighttime, like I get overcome with cravings, and then I feel like I've lost so many battles with my cravings that I'm just like, fuck it, I just give up. That's where I'm trying to feel like just let it be, accept it as it is. Another side of me is trying to change it and fix what's happening. It's just been this internal dark night of the soul battle. A lot of my close friends and family have been trying to just figure out what they can do to help. But I'm just kind of, just the one thing that has really helped me not make this so intense is to just see this whole thing as I'm like watching a movie and I'm just observing the character going through tough times right now. And it just helps me not be so in it. I'm trying to see myself from a third person view and just like, oh, the character is suffering right now. You're just overflowing with boredom and not knowing what to do with your life, and you know it's gonna change eventually, right? It's like trying to observe the clouds passing, and you know that the sun is always shining. Sometimes the clouds will cover it and it'll rain, but the clouds will pass and the sun will shine again. And that sounds like so woo-woo, but it was such a fucking battle trying to like remind myself that everything is gonna be okay. This is just a momentary passing of these thoughts that are clinging, and your emotions are creating turmoil in your insides. And yeah, that's just what the fuck's been going on in my life. And I'm like, fuck posting, and social media just makes me feel worse about myself and just kind of having a hard time reclaiming my power. And yeah. So yeah, thank you so much for listening to my rant. So many tangents. I hope there's some takeaways that can help you, maybe personally in your journey. Maybe there's a collective depression going on in the cosmos. The whole human race is just kind of a little bit depressed, and we're all just kind of suffering together, which is totally fine. It only makes it more difficult when you're resisting what is. So next time negative thoughts arise, do some inquiry. Kind of ask yourself, are these thoughts true? Are we absolutely sure that they're true? How do these thoughts feel when you believe them? And then how do these thoughts feel when you don't believe them? And like ask yourself these 4 questions, and this is called the work described in Byron Katie's books, and how to do inquiry about all these beliefs and stories we have. And once you kind of shift your perspective on it, you don't suffer from thinking about them anymore. It's helped me a lot. And also, I've been going to the gym every day. I'm trying to get super swole. Can you see this definition here? Can you see this? I've been going to the gym with one of the Vikasa people. Wait, see, maybe there's more definition on this side. The lighting is all fucked up. You can't really see it. But my muscles are getting bigger. I'm learning about the human body and how to lift and get swole. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel about fitness soon. I've been practicing yoga most of the time. Sometimes I have no motivation to do it, and I'm learning more and more that I can just be okay with it, and life is a lot better that way. I've been going on long walks just as, I think Snoop Dogg. I remember hearing Snoop Dogg give this tidbit of advice, is to always take a walk for at least 20 to 30 minutes after a big meal. I think Snoop Dogg is giving great advice, and it helps aid in digestion, keeps the blood circulating, because if you just sit down and lay down after a giant meal, then it really, I don't think it's very good for our bodies to just let a giant meal sit. Other than that, I've been watching streamers on YouTube, like people on Twitch streaming games, and I'm just amazed at the the subculture that exists on the internet. There's so many people just playing video games, and there's so many other people watching these people play video games, and these gamers are making so much money just hanging out at home, talking to a camera. I was also caught in that loop. I'm like, oh man, I wish I was as cool as them. I know there's people that are here for yoga stuff. There's people here, I guess, to watch these vlogs. I also have subscribers on this channel mostly from the tantric sex video that I recorded with Jason. And then I have all these new conspiracy subscribers. So I'm just trying to gauge where My YouTube channel is just kind of everywhere. It has everything from my like professional work to me talking about 5G and reptilians. Kind of bummed that I don't have a specific niche narrowed down, but I also like having the freedom to post whatever I want. I wish I knew all the people that were watching these videos, and then I can kind of cater my content to those. But also I want to just be freely expressing myself. It's just been this like push pull, push pull, push pull. I'm not gonna fucking do anything. Hopefully I can just start easing out of this rut that I've been in and get back into creating, because I have a lot of fun doing that, and I just need to free myself from expectations of what it should look like or what you guys will think. Just make it just for the sake of creating. That's what I need to do. That's what I should do. That's what I'm doing right now. Thanks everyone for listening to my rant. I'm glad I got to check in with all my peeps here on YouTube. I've watched so much YouTube lately. I guess it really helps the videos and the algorithm if you press like or smash the like button and subscribe and hit the bell notifications if you want to be notified every time I upload a video. It helps these videos reach other people. And you guys can also let me know with a comment what you guys want to see. I have like a ton of conspiracies I want to share, but I don't want everyone else to be like, oh, I'm so tired of this stuff on this channel. So, and then I have some people who are like, oh, you should get a bunch of drone shots. I'm like, oh, but there's nothing to this is my excuse. There's nothing to shoot. I'm in the same fucking place. It's gonna be the same fucking shots. Yeah, so I would like to know from you guys what you guys would like to see. Maybe I could start streaming. You guys can watch me play StarCraft and Smash Brothers. That'd be maybe fun for some of you. I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else to share. I've been wanting to do this forever. If you guys made it to the end, thank you so much for listening. Yeah, just sometimes we go through shit, and just allow yourself to go through the shit. It's like the low part of the movie where the hero in the journey is kind of lost hope, and just understand that you are that hero and hope isn't lost, because shit always gets better. Life would be so boring if it was just like this one smooth line of happiness or whatever emotion. It's just the straight, if you eat the same flavor ice cream every day, it'd be so fucking boring after a while. So you should appreciate the highs and the lows. It feels good right now to be like in kind of a low state and be like, it'll get better. Having that little bit of hope, it feels, thank you guys again. More, maybe something other, I don't know what else to make. I'll just let the inspiration come through me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.